Hi honeys, it's your Queen Bee. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how many foundations I have. Now, I feel like I have a lot. Whenever I first started out with makeup, I only had one. I only have one concealer. Right now, I only have one concealer, but I mean, I have been doing a lot of serious cleaning. And with foundations, it's like a little bit harder, I think. Mostly because I don't just have like one type of foundation. I have like 3 different types. I've categorized them. So I'm just going to like get into it. So I of course have liquid foundation. So I have 2 of them. This one I use mostly for like whenever I do self-tan. And I know it looks like really dark, but my face is very red, obviously. My skin is very pale because I haven't self-tanned in like ever. Like a long time. It's been like a couple months. So this is the L'Oreal Paris. I had the one for my skin color, but it just like didn't fit well. Like it didn't go on smooth. It was like very patchy. I think I got a bad batch. But this one actually does go on very flawlessly, and really good. So that's that. And then I have, and I guess I'll show you like the side by side. Obviously you can tell which one I use for when. So this is the Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup Healthy Glow, and it is in 20. And I mean, really good color. I don't put a lot of makeup on. I just put very, very few little drops, or like however much. I do use a sponge, but this is like a really good foundation. I love Essence so much. Speaking of Essence, I have 2 mousses, and I have the Essence one and I have the Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse. Now, these are a little bit different colors, I think, and let me like look at it actually. The Dream Matte Mousse is like a little bit redder, and then this one is more of a like neutral color, so I just use them for whatever day it is, like just depending on how I'm feeling. Now I will say that before I got the Maybelline, the mousse, like the Essence one, by far my favorite foundation I've ever had, like hands down the best. Of course, though, Maybelline has them pegged, but this is like very costly. I think it was either like $7 or $11. This one was only like $6, like $5 at the minimum, but $6 probably. And honestly, if you can't afford the Maybelline one and you have access to like online, or maybe you have access to it at your store, I think it's only at it's either Walgreens or CVS. I can't remember, but this one is just as good. Love them both. So I do prefer the mousses over the liquid foundations, just because of how it makes my skin feel and how flawless it looks with the sponge. And I mean, yeah, it's just really good. Now, I used to never use powdered foundation because I didn't think it would work with my skin, but it actually works very well, like surprisingly, because I have a lot of red, but I do use a color corrector, so that helps a lot. So what I do, or what I guess what I do anyways. No. So for my powdered foundation, the first one I ever got was from Winky Lux, and it's like this teeny tiny one. And I thought it was going to be a highlighter, but it is a powdered foundation. And it's like a good neutral, like everyday tone. It's a little bit pink, but I mean, that's really fine. And then I have these 2 that are more of like my everyday stuff. It is the L'Oreal Paris True Match Powder. And I mean, pretty good. And then the Maybelline Fit Me Powder. And they both are very similar. I will say that this one does look a little bit more pinky, and this one looks a lot more neutral and like my skin. So this will probably be like a winter color. I'm not really sure. That and the Winky Lux. And then this one is the Maybelline Dream Wonder Powder, and it is a little bit darker, and you can tell that whenever I do use self-tanner, this is what I use. It's a little bit darker. It's a lot more natural looking than the L'Oreal Paris, like this one, but they're very similar. I just don't like a whole lot of makeup on my face, and I don't like looking too off color. So overall, I have 4 powders, 2 mousses, and 2 regulars. So I have 8 like foundations in total. I think that's a lot, especially since I just like only had one at one point. But it's a nice variety, especially when like you don't know how your face is gonna look one day. Like sometimes my face looks very calm and like neutral, like my neck does sometimes. I don't know if it's just like the allergies I have, or maybe it's just like the heat, but my face gets very red, as you can tell. Not the most attractive thing. And then sometimes I do use fake tanner, and I mean, it's just overall good to have a variety and have different kinds, because powder is mostly good for whenever I'm like needing to leave right now, and mousse is for whenever I'm just like working out or doing something outside. It like feels like it stays on a little bit more. And then liquid is mostly for like the nights out with my boyfriend and like going and doing something fancy like dinners. Sunday dinners are their best, but yeah, that's really it. So yeah, with all that being said, that was all I had to say. Make sure to comment down below how many foundations you have, and do you use a powder, a mousse, or a liquid? And is there any other kind of like foundations? I really do want to try like as many as I can just to see what really fits with me. I've come to find that little L'Oreal Paris, like that foundation doesn't really like stick to my face as well as like anything else, but I mean, I just live with it, I guess. There's ways to like get past it, and yeah. So make sure to give this video a like, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and look at all the stuff in my description box. And that is all I had to say. So with all that being said, thanks for stopping by. Love you.